Hi. At 62 nowadays, it might be an extremely hard concept to understand, but I've only just, in the last 8 years, I guess, learnt how to read. I could always read out loud, but I had no comprehension of what I was reading. They called it a form of dyslexia, and an expert told me that there are about 16 different strains of dyslexia. He was a Qantas Qantas pilot trainer. Anyhow, I certainly never ever tried reading the Dolly magazines and stuff, but as a medium nowadays, I get notifications, I guess you can call it, from spirit that prompt me to look up certain words and phrases. Once upon a time, I would just wander around with these words and phrases rolling around in my head until they faded in memory, sometimes an hour or a week or sometimes a year. But but just now, I came out of a bakery and I went back in and asked the baker if his family was into if they were doctors, because when I left the bakery, I very clearly heard the term or phrase bloodletting. And so I looked up bloodletting, thinking I should check out how far back in history we go that we stopped bloodletting, and that was my search. How long ago did the medical science fraternity stop stop bloodletting, the use of bloodletting? Bloodletting is in the old form was actually cutting people and letting blood drain out, etc. Well, it turns out that in the late 1800s, 1870, 1880 or something, that a great deal of the bloodletting with large amounts of blood was ceased, and instead they decided that letting out too much blood was actually could be damaging the human body, and so it talked about in the late 1940s, so that's like 70 years ago, that the world phased out using leeches. But there is actually one country left in the world who still uses leeches today. And it's used in to help blood flow in delicate tissue. They've obviously never found any chemical cousin or alike that can create blood flow. Blood thinning is my guess in a particular area of the body, to make it local, that the blood flow continued. And they do that by the use of leeches. Yeah, it's true. There is one country in the entire world left that actually uses leeches in the treatment of. Somebody just said to me now, as I was making that statement, that dialysis. I'm wondering whether it's used in dialysis, which is specific to kidney disorders. I'm not a medical expert, I'm a medium, and that's how it can be when I'm standing next to someone and their loved ones want to help them through me. So that's illegal, I guess, to do whatever. So I don't prescribe anything. I usually do have a mention of what I've used on my body and had good results, and I leave the person by saying don't contemplate doing it yourself because of my word. That would get me into trouble. Heresy. One of the ladies, doctors, Dr. Barbara O'Neill, told me on the phone that she was jailed and her husband saved her by posting a huge bail and getting her to Germany and fighting the case from Germany. That she was prescribing all of these things for people which were along the lines of witchcraft, and the law of witchcraft is still there. The law, and now I know why I'm making this video, the law of witchcraft is still in place. And what country was it where Mrs. Dr. Barbara O'Neill was jailed? That was Australia. And what country is it that they still use leeches today as a form of natural therapy, which they have now categorized, I guess, as a science doctorate? What country is it? Hey? Do I need to say what country it is? Well, it was specific in my Google search to inform me that the name of the actual hospital, which does still today use leeches as a part of their therapy. Surely, and it said they use it in delicate tissue. I'm going to say it. I mean, there's nothing illegal about me saying it, but it's in the Google search. You can check it yourself. I'll put the search information up in screenshots when I get home. But, yep, they still use leeches in Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne, hey? And it says the actual St. Vincent's Hospital. Maybe, just maybe, because of what they did to Barbara O'Neill especially, maybe, just maybe, the St. Vincent's Hospital won't be doing that anymore. This is not an ad for Coca-Cola. It's extremely rare, maybe once or a week or a fortnight that I have a Coke. And what do you know, Coca-Cola started out with cocaine in it. My God, I hope it hasn't got it in there today. I'm sure it hasn't. But I went back in to thank the man for his loved ones giving me the prompt because it is quite a large door that I'm opening to show everyone that that prescribing natural therapies, which you can be jailed for, is still being performed in the St. Vincent's Hospital in Melbourne. Leeches. I mean, they obviously can't find any other chemical, despite all those biochemists and etc. They can't find any chemical that they can ingest or inject that helps the local area in delicate tissue. What it's doing in that delicate tissue obviously must be what leeches emit. They emit a blood thinner to make the blood flow easier. 99% of the people would know that. I'm just giving the other 1% a heads up on what leeches do to your body. Yeah, well, man. Anyhow, have a great day, folks. It's Tuesday, 30th of June, 2026. I'm just leaving the